Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Bible Study Minute. Today we're taking a look at Acts chapters 22 and 23. And we pick up right where we left off with Paul being arrested and taken into captivity by the Roman guards. And one of the things that Paul asks to do is he asks to speak to the people. And when given the opportunity, what he does is he shares his testimony with them of how he was raised as a Pharisee, was fighting against and persecuting Christians, and then came to faith after having an encounter with the Lord Jesus Christ. Now, the Jews were fine with this up until the point when he began talking about going and sharing the good news to the Gentiles. And it was at this point that they began to go into an uproar again and trying to kill him once more. And so Paul was then brought in for more questioning to kind of figure out what was going on. Then he's eventually brought before the Sanhedrin to kind of figure out what's going on. And then there's another dispute that is brought up there because of a dispute because of the resurrection, because the Sadducees don't believe in the resurrection, but the Pharisees do. And so that caused a whole dispute. And then finally, there's a plot against Paul's life where the religious leaders allow this plot to take place. And then, of course, through the Lord's sovereignty, word of that is brought to Paul, and then Paul shares it, and then he's eventually brought to safety to the governor Felix so that this plot is not able to take place. So, what's our takeaway from this passage? Well, it's going to be an interesting one today. So, if we look at the response of the people in Acts 22, verse 22, when Paul began speaking about sharing the gospel with the Gentiles, their response is telling of their heart. And for many of us, we can have the same response. Maybe not to that level, but we are bothered when certain people come to faith and hear the good news of the gospel. And we have to ask ourselves, why is that? What is it in our heart that is against someone coming to faith and hearing the good news and coming to salvation? So I really want us to examine our hearts today as we take a look at this passage and look at the response of the Jews and how they are willing to really kill someone and violate their own law because they don't want God's salvation to come to someone. So that's what I want you to examine today as you take a look at this passage, is to really just examine your own heart and see where you might have some blind spots, and just pray to God to ask you to open those blind spots and allow you to see them so that you can then pray to him and ask him to begin healing you of those things. So that's my encouragement for you today. Until next time, grace and peace.